my channel. It's simply Shaquana, and you already know this is a fan on fan. Go ahead and tell them where you're from and all that.
Hey, how you guys doing? It's ambrose.m.jenkins. I'm from Andrews, South Carolina, but I currently reside in Columbia, South Carolina. Let's get to it.
Okay. So, when did you start watching football? When was the first time?
Ah, man, I was watching football since I was a kid. I remember, Sunday afternoons after church, we only had a few channels back in the day. That's telling my age. So football used to be on during football season. So I would probably say 8 years old, probably started watching football.
And who was your favorite person then? Did you have like a favorite?
When I first started watching, I don't think I had a favorite player to watch. I just used to like players I seen on commercials like Emmitt Smith, Terrell Davis. It was a lot of running backs. I was little, so I wanted to be a running back too. So I was infatuated by, Marshall Faulk, those type players back in the day.
Okay. So when did you start being an Eagles fan?
So what led me to be an Eagles fan was actually playing the video game. When I was playing the video game, I used to want a quarterback that was fast.
Mhm.
And this was before the Michael Vick era. So one of the fastest quarterbacks was McNabb. And then so I played with the Eagles and they had a pretty good team on the video game. So I want to say this was probably 03, 04. So I used to, and after that, I just fell in love with the Eagles.
That's good. So who's your top 3 from the Eagles?
All time or currently?
Well, okay, so we can do the top quarterbacks first. Who's your 3 top for the Eagles?
McNabb is my all-time favorite Eagles quarterback. Michael Vick is number
Okay.
2, even though he was only with us for a couple of years. And then now I gotta go current. Hurts. I'm a big Hurts fan. I gotta go with current because no matter who we rock with, I'm rocking with him.
Yes. So who's your top running backs 3 that we had?
Oh man, I'm gonna say Sproles. He wasn't the best, but I'm gonna just say he's one of my favorite because he was small and he played a long time. Then LaShawn McCoy, and then I'm gonna go Westbrook.
Okay. So your top 3 wide receivers.
Number one, of course, I'm gonna say Tio. With Tio, we made it to a Super Bowl on a broke ankle. Two, I'm gonna say Deshaun Jackson.
That's my
He was
boy.
just he was a he hurt Dallas, he hurt Giants, so I had to like him because of that. And number three, I'm gonna say probably Macklin because we had the trio Macklin, Vick, and McCoy. That's when
Yeah.
we was looking good.
So what is your grade for the free agency since the Eagles did get a couple people?
Oh man, I'm gonna say we are A because we got a lot of we needed. We didn't really need a running back, but we just don't utilize them. We got a top 3 running back in my opinion. We got the linebacker from the Buccaneers who's a tackling machine. So those are my 2 favorite acquisitions. We still need to either draft. I know that's not really free agency, but we need to draft another cornerback, go younger, or a
Right.
safety.
So are you excited about the Eagles playing in Brazil? We haven't played overseas since
No,
what, 2017?
nah. We not even the most important football over there, so it's pointless.
Yeah.
If we was the number one, soccer is still their number one football league. So for me, it doesn't really, it doesn't move me.
So how do you feel about CJ coming back to the
Come
team?
on, come on, baby. That's an interception machine, man. Like I said, we weak in the secondary. And that just slipped my mind when you just asked about the free agent pickup. So I think he's bigger than the Devin White pickup because when we had him, he just he's guaranteed to give you a pick every now and then. And
Yeah.
we what third? We had the third worst passing defense last year. Don't quote me on these numbers. I ain't got the stats pulled up. But we was bottom 5. I can say that with my chest. We
Yeah.
was bottom 5 pass defense. So I think he's gonna flip that around a little bit. But we still need to go younger in the secondary though.
Right. Definitely. So do you think they should drop Burtonberry by June the 3rd, or should we just keep him?
I like Bradbury, but like him and Slay is getting a little bit old football
Yeah.
years. I like Bradbury. If you notice, Eagles keep their defenders for a long time, like
Yep.
Cox, Graham. They gonna keep their defenders until they walk out. So I'll say, man, give them the first part of the season. see what he can do. Because you see, we got rid of the other guy we picked up last year. We gave him a few games. He was trash. So
And
give
Maddox is
Bradbury.
gone too, so, like, come on, y'all, like, yeah, they coulda kept Maddox though, for real.
Yeah, yeah.
So how do you feel about Jason Cox? When I say Jason Cox.
Fletcher Cox.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelsey retiring.
I mean, it was time. It was time. We hate to see him go, but I think we got a bright future with our young guys coming up. We got them Georgia boys coming up.
Yep,
So I feel like, we darn near drafted the last 2 years. We drafted all the Georgia players. Seem like so. I feel like Jalen Carter is going. If Jalen Carter can get, he only played about 20 games, 20 snaps a game. Seem like
yeah.
I feel like if he get a little bit better than the big boy, the big Jordan Davis.
He's a beast. He can be a beast.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel like if they work on their conditionings off season, then we'll transition on well. Now on the offensive side, with Kelsey leaving, I don't know about the tush push. He was the
Yeah,
tush push master. So
we should kill that. They didn't ban it this year, but I think we should just kill it because I don't think it's gonna be, as good as it usually be. Mm-mm.
yeah. I mean, it's only 1 or 2 yards, so hopefully,
Yeah.
we got to see who our next center gonna be. So that's
Well, we
gonna be the
got
big thing.
Barkley, so we technically don't need to do it no more,
And
Technically.
listen, them legs. I don't know if you've seen Barkley legs. They about the size of me and you. So
So what was the problem do you think that we had during the last season? What do you think it was mostly?
I would say number one was coaching. We underutilized the running backs. I feel like we tried to make Hurts more into a flashy passer when the
Mm,
year before we was more RPO. We was
yep.
running the ball more, and then that affected us on the outside because we had a diva receiver. And yes, I will say he is a diva receiver. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Um,
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. If you look every time you look on the sideline, he was fussing. So I feel like that kind of got the morale because even Hurts, his demeanor seemed different the last five or
Yeah,
six games of the season. He was just like, "Oh Lord, I'm here. We go again. Here we go
yeah.
again." So I feel like it started with coaching because we underutilized the running backs. We literally just went to a pass heavy offense, predictable. Hurts just predictable, drop back, drop back, drop back.
Mhm.
And then Brown, we got to get him, end zone targets. He's a big
Yeah.
guy, so we got to do that. But I feel like coaching number one, and then Brown was number two. My personal opinion.
What do you think about the defense since they couldn't do anything? Like, we only had, like, what,
Listen,
like 30 sacks?
the
Minus
deep,
what we had last year?
we we just got old overnight on our defense. I feel like our secondary killed us. Secondary and tackle. I know you've seen the playoff games against the Buccaneers. They couldn't tackle me and you. So,
Mhm.
and I mean that's that we got to work on tackling this offseason. That's why I feel like my guy from the Buccaneers is gonna help. Bringing
Yep.
CJ back is gonna help for morale purposes. We couldn't tackle nobody. I mean, so hopefully, let's just say hopefully the big boys step up front, Carter and Davis.
But
Slay, I think Slay got one more good year in him, one more average year in him, and then it's gonna be time to
that's
move
it.
on.
That's it. Do you think so why don't you think we can't keep running backs? Like, what is our problem with the running back situation?
I mean, if you look at it, our running backs always play well, from Deuce Staley to Westbrook. Like I mentioned, Sproles even had a good career with us. Swift was good the
That Swift
first
was
eight.
good.
Swift was good the first 8 games of the season. I mean, but then underutilization.
Yep.
And with Barkley, I think I'm gonna tell you the truth. I want us to underutilize Barkley the first half of the season so he can be healthy for the second half of the season.
Right.
So I honestly want him to be, 15 carries a game, maybe 3 catches the first half of the season. But in the second half of the season, when it get cold, let's grind them out. 25
Right.
carries a game. Run, hey, let's get out. Hey, let's get them.
Same thing with Miles Sanders been doing good and he got slack
My
off.
Well, let me tell you. So that's a prime example. Eagles' system was great. Miles Sanders was a Pro Bowler with us.
Yep.
He went over to the Panthers,
That was it.
and that was now he looking like he's just another player. I forgot about Miles Sanders. We had the offensive line. We had the offensive line play. We made all our running backs look good.
Sure did.
I mean, I promise you, Miles Sanders had looked great. Swift had looked great.
Yep.
But then look at Miles Sanders now. So we'll see if Swift really good when he go to the Bears. We're gonna see if he's really, what he's supposed to be.
I don't know. So do you think we need to pay Reddick or just trade him?
That salary cap is a beast. Son, I mean, I would say he's my opinion. He's one of our
So
best
is.
defenders. So we got to lock him in. We got to show the team we committed to who we got in house.
Yes. So what games are you looking for this season? Like what games you want to go to? Like how the schedule
Well,
looking?
I try to catch an Eagles game every year. So either I got to catch one. I'm gonna try to. If I don't catch a game in Philly, it's got to be the first half of the season when the weather's warm. I
Yes.
can't be outside in the cold.
Mm-mm.
Because I got to wear my jersey sleeves out. So
Yeah.
So if I don't catch a game, I probably if I gotta look at the schedule. I gotta see if we play Carolina or Atlanta. I probably catch one of
Nope.
those games.
We play New
Nope.
Orleans. That's the closest game.
Oh, I might have a reason to go to New Orleans. But if not, I'm gonna just go back to Philly again, catch a Philly game. Long as it's warm weather, I'm good. Long as
Right.
it's early in the season.
So what competitors do you think that we'll play good against? Because like the Ravens, we ain't played the Ravens for so long. The Steelers, we got New Orleans, you got I think we played Miami again. We got Kansas City again, Bengals. We got the
That
Bengals.
Chiefs. That's who we gotta get at. We gotta prove we can beat the Chiefs. So
Yes. We need
that's
to
who we need to go at.
definitely. So guys, this is the end of the video. Go like, comment, subscribe. I'll leave down all his socials down in the description box so you can check him out. Go ahead and like the video, do all that, and we'll see you next one.
Yes, sir. Good to be here. Let's go, Eagles.
Yes.